everyone!
Hello.
My name is Jane and today I'll be taking you through an introduction to skincare, primer and foundation. So basically the base of your makeup. So today's session, it'll be a 40-minute session where I will go through the theory first and then I'll do a demonstration followed by time for you to apply and do what we've learned on your own base. And then we'll have time for questions at the end as well. So thank you for coming today. Just wanting to let you know that the bathroom is down the hallway and also there's drinks and nibbles on the table for you. Thank you. I've noticed that you're all wearing closed-toed shoes, so that's great. And also you've all filled out the attendance form as well, so that's amazing. Thank you. So from today, what I hope that you'll be able to take from is being first, so 3 main things. So the first thing is being able to select and apply the right skincare. The second thing would be to select and apply the right primer. And then the third thing would be to select and apply the right foundation, including powder as well. So then you'll be able to have a nice, smooth and flawless base for every day or for special occasions as well. I also want you to all to introduce yourselves to each other and to myself. So if I can start on this side, if you can please let me introduce yourself, your name, and also the first makeup product you ever purchased.
Hi, so my name is Aileen, and the first, I guess, proper makeup product I can think of is probably BB cream.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you, Aileen.
Okay. Hi, I'm Suzanne. I think the first one is tinted moisturizer considered a makeup product.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Because it has a bit of the colour in it.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think it's tinted moisturizer.
Okay, great. Thank you, Suzanne.
Hi, my name is Stephanie. I remember my first product of the skincare is moisturizer, Shiseido.
Oh, okay, great. Thank you, Stephanie.
Hi, my name is Trin. I remember using the first product is the lipstick.
Lipstick?
Yeah.
Oh, great. What colour lipstick was it?
Oh, can't remember the name, but it was rose something.
Oh, okay. Great. Thank you, Trin. So it actually seems like 3 out of 4 of you, so most of you, your first makeup purchase was something related to the base. So it shows how common it is and how we gravitate towards the base as our first step in makeup as well. Yes, so going through skincare, the first step to skincare would be cleansing. So cleansing you can use through a face wash cleanser, or you can use a liquid form of cleanser. So it depends on your preference and also your skin type. So within each step, it's always important to choose a product that is matching to your skin type. So when I talk about skin type, I mean there's different types that your skin can be. So it can be normal, it can be more on the oilier side, it can be dry, or it can be a combination. For example, some people get, and it's very common, to have more oily along the T-zone and then more dry on the cheeks. But some people even have the reverse, so more dry on the T-zone and more oily on the cheeks. So products are usually labelled if they're for oily, combination, dry, normal, so you can always select your products, and then that way the products will always work better and more effectively for your skin. So yes, that will be the first step. So in relation to the makeup application, it's important to remove everything before you start with your foundation to make sure that your skin is nice and smooth. You remove all the previous makeup or anything else, so then there's a clean base as well. So that would be the first step. Now the second step would be toning or softening. So basically this step is the next step in removing any additional oils and also to balance the pH level of the skin But also products now can also gently exfoliate the skin. So being that extra step to create that smooth base. So again, the products that you choose would be according to your skin type. So toners are perfect for people with normal or more oily or prone skin because it really helps to control the oil and remove the excess oil. Whereas softeners are great for normal to more dry skin because not only do they help to cleanse the skin that extra level, but they also help to hydrate the skin as well. So that's a really great choice. I love using this on people with more drier skin and just really like working it into their skin as well. So then the skin is not only more cleansed and balanced, but also more hydrated. So that would be the next step. And then the final step would be moisturizing. So there is many different types of moisturizers out there, and again, important to choose according to your skin type. Does anyone have any questions regarding their skin type? No? Do you all know what your skin type is? Yeah? Great. So with the skin type, there's moisturizers there for dry skin, moisturizers there for this one, Kiehl's one, is really great for normal or combination skin. And then there's ones for oil control, so for more oilier skin. And then there's also moisturizing oils as well, which is amazing for normal to dry skin. If your skin's very dry, it's really great to mix this in with your moisturizer as well. So I'll normally, for people with dry skin or people who want very dewy skin, to mix them both together to create that finish. Yep, so that is skincare. Does anyone have any questions regarding skincare before I move to primer?
Do we use a primer before moisturizer?
Primer is used after moisturizer. So the way I would best remember this is skincare is step 1 and then your makeup routine. So then grouping the primer with your makeup will help separate that.
Okay.
Yeah. So skincare and then makeup, your base, and then the primer is included with the base. Yeah. Also, another tip is that it's always great to leave time between your skincare and your makeup. So I always allow around 2 to 5 minutes for my skincare to set in before moving on to the makeup. So skincare, let it sit in because you want it to absorb in the skin. If you go straight from your skincare and then straight to your primer and your foundation, it's more likely to slip and slide because the skincare hasn't really absorbed into the skin yet. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You're welcome. So with the primer, there's so many different primers out there now. The main purpose of a primer is more of a relatively new product that is in the market, but the main purpose of the primer is to let your makeup last longer. It provides a base so then when you put on your foundation, it will hold longer. So it's really great for events or even everyday makeup if you're out for a long period of time. And also it creates a base, so it also makes your foundation look smoother as well. And there's also primers out there that are multifunctional. What I mean by that is that there's some primers out there that have more oil control ingredients to help to keep the oil at bay if you're more oily prone, or ones that give a radiant look for people who like a more dewy, fresh look as well. So for example, there's this one, Tarte one. I'll pass it around so you can feel the texture. This one is, so you can just use a spatula and the scoop and put it on your hands so you can feel the texture. This one's really great for people with large pores, which are normally more oily prone. And this is a more thicker texture, so it will help smooth everything. So it provides a nice base therefore. And also people have uneven skin texture like wrinkles and such, really great to smooth that out as well. So you can try. Yep. There you go. Thank you, Ellie. And pass it around. So then we have the next one is the Natural Radiance Prepping Primer. So this one's really good for people who have more oily prone skin. because it has oil control ingredients. So not only does it make your base last longer, but you can feel that the texture of this is quite thin, so it also helps, it's not too heavy on the skin. That one. So keep this in mind when you're selecting the right primer for your skin. This one, Hourglass base, is really good for people with more dry skin type. You'll feel that it's very smooth and very hydrating when you pop it onto your skin. So this one I love using on people. More mature skin is usually more drier as well, and just, yeah, create that nice smooth base. That's that one. And yes, some of them do smell really nice. And then this one, the Stila One Step Correct, is a very multi-purpose type of primer. So this one's really good for if you want one that does a lot of things for your skin, not only making your makeup last longer. You can see that there's different colours here to help correct the skin tone as well. It also gives your skin a more radiant finish, and it also helps with oil control. So this is a really nice multi-purpose one that I use on most people that are doing makeup on. Thank you.
Was the MAC one for oily skin, did you say? Or
Yes, this one's really good for oil control. So
It
yes.
just feels really wet though. Like it feels like it's more hydrating, but so it's more oil control.
More oil control, but it does have hydrating properties in there as well as so you're right. So this one is also a multi-purpose one.
Oh,
So
okay.
it helps for both. Yeah. So the ones that you've all tried on your hand are all different types of primers. It's a primer as well. Yeah. Great. Do you have any other questions regarding primers? Do you
Not yet.
Not yet?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So what I'll do is I'll move on to foundation. So after you've applied your skincare, let it sit for 2 to 5 minutes, then you select and apply the right primer. Or also, just to let you know as well, which might be useful for you in terms of the application. So skincare with these ones, it'd be best to apply, for example, the ones with the liquid in them with a cotton pad. So use a cotton pad all over the face, which will help to further exfoliate and also remove any impurities. With the skincare, you can use your hands or any brushes that are synthetic, and what I mean by synthetic is the material is made of synthetic material, and you can feel that it has a more like plasticky feel. That's important because with the more wet products, you don't want all the product to be absorbed into the brush bristles. So you can still work it into your skin. So anything that has a synthetic finish. Same with primer. Same thing. You can use anything with synthetic brush, and also you can use the same brush as you use with your moisturizer as well. That's completely fine. And again, with foundation as well, you can use, also ideal to use a synthetic brush. You can also use things like a sponge to help give you a nice smooth finish as well. So it's really down to personal preference, but always ideal to use something that's more dense and synthetic material. And also, yeah, any other questions regarding application, let me know. So with foundation, following the same principles as skincare and primer, important to choose one that is suiting to your skin type. For example, if you have a more oily prone skin, it's better to use a more matte based foundation because that will help control the more oilier parts. And if you have more dry skin, to use more moisturizing, dewy foundations, as that will help to let you have dewy skin. For example, if I put a matte based foundation on a client that I have that has really dry skin, it's likely that the makeup won't sit well, and then the skin might even go a bit flaky, because with the skin that's a bit more dry, putting a matte one is not giving them enough hydration. You can also, so that's important to choose the right foundation for the right skin type. But the other two things that's really important is the finish. So what kind of finish do you like? Do you like a more matte, especially for people who have normal skin, you can choose whether they want to go more matte or more dewy. So with a more matte finish, that means less shine, more of a powder finish, and more dewy has a more glow. So there's different foundations that have different finishes as well that you can choose for yourself. For everyday, people like to go more of a dewy finish. It looks more natural, a bit more fresh. A lot of people who go to events like more matte base, because with more matte base, they're usually more longer lasting as well, because throughout the day you're likely to produce more oil, and the matte foundations help to control that. So then your foundation is more likely to be longer lasting as well. So also think about where you're going. And then the final thing to consider when choosing the right foundation for yourself and for the occasion is the finish. So whether you like a more natural light finish, like light in terms of coverage, medium or full. So that depends, like if you want it depends on where you're going as well. So for something on a day-to-day basis, you're probably wanting something more natural. But some people like more full coverage as well on a day-to-day basis. So really depending on personal preference. And also with a more fuller coverage, it's great for events, but if you prefer that for natural everyday, that's totally okay too. So that would be a foundation. So I will go through each of the foundations. There's lots of different types, so let me know if you have any questions regarding the foundation types. But these ones, this one is really good for normal to combination skin. So you have a feel of that as well. And any questions about that? This foundation is really good for people who like a more matte finish, and also people who like a more fuller coverage finish. So you can feel that this texture is a bit more thicker, and then it will be a bit more powdery upon finish as well.
How did you know this is for normal and combination? Like, is it based on how it feels, or?
Based on how it feels and what the company has said for this particular one.
Also, do you say?
Yeah. It does provide a bit of glow, but it is a bit more like of a satin finish, which is better for more combination skin. If your skin's really dry, and also through personal experience as well, Suzanne, when I've used this in the past on people with dry skin, what tends to happen is that their skin looks very dry, and you can see the skin being a bit, not flaky, but it's just not even. It doesn't really sit well with their skin. So sometimes, like with foundations, it might even be down to just how your skin reacts with it. Sometimes it can sound like the right foundation, but then when you apply it, it might not feel right. So it's important to also give a foundation a bit of a try before investing into one. So this one is really good for oily skin because it is more of a matte finish. This one's also really long wearing, so really good for events as well. So matte for a long wear foundation. And finally, this is the Face and Body foundation. This one's really good for dry skin because you can feel it's very moisturizing, and also it's very thin in texture, so it's also really natural. Sometimes what I love to do is I love to mix this with other foundations, like a more heavier foundation that I feel like it needs a bit of shearing out to do, so I can mix the Face and Body with it so it has a more softer finish. I also love mixing the Josemoran Argan Oil, any moisturizing oils with a more heavier foundation to shear out the texture. Or if someone who has dry skin, for example, someone who has dry skin but wants the texture of this particular foundation Last Year Glow, then I'll mix this one, do like a pump of this and like a drop or two of this, and it has a really nice finish. And then this one, it makes that one suitable for their skin type, and it also has a really nice dewy finish as well. Okay, any questions about foundation so far? Okay, great. So finally, after foundation, it's always ideal to set it with a powder. So there's many different powders that you can get. Powder is best applied by a brush. So anything, and you can see there's brushes on your table for you to use later. Anything with a soft, fluffy bristle is perfect for powder. You can also apply powder with a sponge. If you apply powder with a sponge, it will just give you a more fuller finish, because with your brushes, anything that's fluffier will give a softer finish. Anything that's more dense, and a sponge is very dense, will give you a more fuller finish. So it also depends on the finish as well that you want to. So with powders, there are many different types. So there's transparent types as well. So with these ones, it doesn't give much any colour. The main purpose of this is just to set your foundation to make it last longer, because anything that's creamy or liquidy is more likely to slide around through the day. So it's ideal to set it with a bit of powder. If you like a bit of a more dewy look on the cheeks, or you like the more dewy look, if you set and you're more combination skin, so you're more oily on the T-zone, you can just set the powder along the centre of your face as well. And then there's other powders. So this powder you can feel is very thin, very sheer. So this is really good for dry skin types. It's good for dry skin types because it's not too heavy, so you're not having too much powder on the skin, because you still want to retain some moisture on the skin. Whereas the Studio Fix powder you'll feel like it's more thick. So it's better for people who like a more fuller coverage and also who have a bit more of an oily prone combination skin. Something like that. I wanted to also show you another type of powder that for people who like a more natural finish but who get a really oily T-zone or oily skin. This one has minimal colour, but it aims to soak up the oil. So it's kind of like blotting paper, but in powder form. So you can fill in that as well. Great. Does anyone have any questions before we move on to the demonstration part for today? So can I have a volunteer today to go through for me to apply what we've just learned?
Okay, I'd love to do that.
Okay, great. Thank you, Trin. So Trin, can you please take a seat up on here? So if you need to take any notes, because after I do this demonstration on Trin, then there's time for you to apply this the same steps on yourself as well. Alright, great. Now we'll start the demonstration. So I'm going to start by first cleansing Trin's skin. Just with a cotton pad all over the face. Can everyone see properly? Okay, perfect. Okay. Now I'm going to go on the second step of skincare, which is toner or softener. I'm using the softener in Trin's situation because she has dry skin, normal to dry skin. So this will help to hydrate her skin further. I'm just using with the soaking lotion. And just focusing along the T-zone area, because that's normally when we have excess dead skin cells and clogged pores. Finally, I'm going to apply the third step of skincare, which is the moisturiser. As Trin has dry skin, I'm going to use this moisturiser, which is ideal for dry skin. So ideally, after the skincare, it's good to allow 2 to 5 minutes. Just turn Trin around a bit more so you can see her face more. It's good to allow 2 to 5 minutes for the skincare to really get absorbed into the skin before going on with the primer and foundation. But as I'm demonstrating and I want to allow time for you all to have a go on yourself, I'm just going to go straight on with the primer. Okay, great. And make sure to apply the skincare down the neck as well. So that's just skincare. And now I've selected a primer that I think would be best for trim skin tone. Something hydrating and also very smoothing as well. So using a brush and applying it in the same way as I did with the skincare, the moisturiser. Just making sure that we've covered all the areas of the face, providing that smooth base for the foundation. So after primer, I want to move on to the foundation. So as Trin likes a more natural finish and has more dry skin, I'm going to use Face and Body, which is very sheer and hydrating. So I'm only using this much. This much will be fine for ideal for a more natural finish. So I'm going to use a sponge as well after I've initially blended this out a little bit more. Sponge is really great for more natural and really smooth finish. So I love using a sponge for applying foundation. So I'm just going to go with the sponge and just press it. Press it and roll. Make sure to go right into the hairline so you can't see where the foundation finishes. And also don't forget the ears as well. And down the neck. Go over the eyes just to make sure that the skin is all of them the same. Great. So that's the foundation. And finally, because Trin likes a more natural finish and his skin's more dry, I'm just going to use a really light powder. So with a nice big fluffy brush, I'm just going to gently sweep it all over her face. Not using much product at all. Don't need a lot of powder, just enough to set the foundation so it will last longer. And create a nice powder finish for if you use any powder cheap products. Great. Do you have any questions before we move on for all of you to try it for yourself? Okay, great. Trin, thank you for being the model for today.
My pleasure.
So yes, everyone, let's get started and try this on yourself. I'll give you some mirrors as well so you'll be able to see when you apply it on yourself. There you go, Aileen.
Thank you.
So starting off with cleansing the skincare, so cleansing the face.
Yes, I'm going to do the cleansing my
Yes,
skin.
I'll give you more cotton pads.
With this one.
Yes, perfect. So
Thank
here you
you.
go. Yes, Stephanie.
Uh-oh.
Right. So Trin will pass it down along.
So when would you use that one again?
So yes, so this one for cleanser, you can use it in place of the, yes, it's just that we don't have a sink here, but
Oh, right,
it
right.
also depends on your personal preference. So personally, I think for myself on a day-to-day basis, I like to remove everything with a cleanser. I feel like it cleans well more for me,
Yeah.
but some people prefer that because for the convenience. So it depends on your personal preference as well. Good question.
How much do you-
Yes, just to soak up the middle section. Mhm. Yep, perfect.
So is there any more mirror you have?
Oh yes. Got a mirror here for you too, True.
Thank you.
It's okay. I'll put this in the middle actually, so it's easier for you to use. Oh. So you can apply the moisturisers, primers and foundations on the metal. You can share between the two of you. There you go.
Maybe you need to a piece of paper.
Here as well. I can collect it.
Thank you. Thank you.
I can collect it for you. Thank you.
I need
Yeah,
to
oh,
clean
it's clean.
more.
Okay, I was clean, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Like if your face is generally like really dry after you cleanse,
Yeah,
but then it gets quite oily later on. Like,
Yes.
It's not like it's constantly oily, but it's like really dry and then it gets really oily.
yes.
Which one would you choose?
So I would use a more hydrating one because of the dryness.
Yeah.
But then the foundation that I would use is for combination skin.
Yeah.
So it will help cater for the dryness and the oiliness, and then keep a powder with you. So probably something like the blot powder. So then if you get really oily, just put it along the oily areas. Because do you normally just get more oil along the T-zone or everywhere?
I would say mainly the T-zone, but then sometimes the cheeks do get
As
pretty
well?
oily as well.
Yeah, so I would just carry something like the blot powder with you through the day. So if you get oily on the T-zone, but also parts of your face, just powder that. Because the thing is, if you use something that's too, I guess, too dry, like too oily drying, then both sides you'll feel like an oil ball, like too oily, or you feel super dry.
Yeah.
So, but with the skincare, I would cater towards the more dryness, yeah. But dry, but combination, yeah.
Yeah.
And then moisturizer would also be normal, combination skin, foundation, combination skin, and then so it has a hydrating and oil controlling components, and then the powder I'll just powder through the day. Yeah.
You don't see. I need some more.
Cotton pads? Yeah, of course.
Yes, I have consistency.
There you
Thank you.
go.
How about the primer? Because I felt like I'm not sure how applicable, how it feels in your hair can be with the face.
Yes.
I felt like the Tarte one it just felt like the right combination of like softness and hydration. But then I don't know if that applies to the face as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So good question, Aileen. For your skin type, because the Tarte one is for normal skin and smoothing, I would probably use that. I think that would be suitable for your skin, but sometimes it's about trial and error as well. So try this, and see how you go. If it works well, then you're on a winner. If not, then probably try something else. But this would suit your skin for the moment. Yeah. Yeah. I'll just grab more foundations for you to use as well. More colours.
Thank you.
How are you going, Stephanie and June? Good.
Thank you.
Perfect.
Okay, this one is finished.
Feel free to have drinks or
Okay,
nibbles.
thank
I know
you.
we've been talking for a while now.
Thank you.
So after this, then moisturizer.
Oh, this one is the some we can distinguish the same thing. Yes.
Yes.
Oh, I think this one is suitable for me. This
Yes,
one.
yes. Mhm. So Stephanie, what would be your skin type?
I think combination.
Combination? So I would recommend this moisturizer for combination
thank
skin. Yeah. Is there a spatula for you to get? Spatula? I think I left over here. Yeah. So you can scoop some and put it on your plate.
Can you use
Enough,
my
is
hand,
it?
isn't it?
Yes. Yep. Yep, that's good.
I think I'll be using that one as well. Yeah.
I love that moisturizer. It's really good underneath makeup. This one is really good underneath makeup as it's not too heavy. You don't want too much moisturizer underneath your makeup. Otherwise it'll slide around.
Do you use a brush?
Yes, so you can use that brush.
This one, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So instead of dense one,
Yeah, more dense brush.
is this too small or is that okay?
That's
That
good.
is fluffy.
This one is a unique brush because it has synthetic and natural hairs.
Oh, okay.
So you can use it for both. Yeah.
The moisturizer using this
Primer?
primer.
Yes. Correct, June?
What about this one?
Yes.
Moisturizer.
That one is, yeah, that one's good as well.
Okay.
Sometimes it's down to your personal preference and the feel of the brush. But for example, I would not really use this one for moisturizer, foundation, primer. But that one, the ones that you've chosen are both fine. Even this one's good too.
This one?
Yeah.
How would you use it the same way as a brush? Or
Yes.
instead? Oh, okay.
Same way as well.
I'll try this. Is this one synthetic as well?
This one is synthetic as well. Yeah. It feels like a brush on the skin.
And you said the 5 points? For
Yes.
this one?
Just for even distribution of the face or the product. So you don't have all the moisture sitting on one side
Yeah.
or the forehead.
Can I use this one for primer?
Yes, of course. Yeah. Nice and dense.
Can I use the same brush for primer?
Yes, you can. You can use the same brush for your moisturizer as the primer. You guys are all doing very well.
We are so interested.
Oh, sorry.
You can apply probably a little bit more than that, Stephanie, so I'll give you a little bit more. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The first one, I think. Excuse me, Jane.
Yes.
I think you're using this suitable for me, this one.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can definitely use that foundation.
You're using this one.
Yes. If you like to use any sponges, I have sponges here for you as well. So this is the one that you use.
Okay, thank you.
Would you moisturize your eyelids?
The eyelids, I would moisturize my eyelids, but I would use an eye cream for that.
Okay.
Because the eye skin texture is a bit different from the rest of the face. Yeah. Good question. I get asked that question a lot actually. Yeah.
Let me try this. Do you need some of this one? This one.
Can you try the hourglass one since it's free?
But here.
So, did you say it's for dry as well?
Yes.
Yeah. And which one's for combination?
This one's good for
Yeah.
normal combination.
Yeah,
And also this one. Yeah.
Maybe I'll try this one. I haven't tried one like that before.
Yeah. Sometimes as well, you can use 2 different primers.
Oh, okay.
If you get more oily along the T or you have more poor texture, uneven texture, sometimes I apply that a lot just around the centre and then something more hydrating on the cheeks. Yeah. I do that quite a lot on clients. Yeah.
Okay. So did you want to use this one as well?
Yeah.
Is it like this much? A little bit more, or a little bit less?
That's around a perfect amount. Yeah. Wouldn't do more than that though. Yeah.
Have you wet these already?
It's really great, don't you? I think that because your skin is a little bit dry, I'm going to mix some of this into your foundation. Just use that on top.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that'd be...
Why?
Because I choose that one.
I think that this will be... Is it better?
Yes. But
Yeah.
that one is better on the side.
Yes. Perfect. You're getting the hang of this trim.
Yes.
Doing very well. If you need more, I can give you more so that we
No,
know.
it's enough. Thank you. It's enough.
Wow, Stephanie using the perfect motion, pressing and rolling. Yes. Expert at the sponge technique. Stephanie, so you finished the foundation now?
Yes.
Yes, so powder. What powder would you like to use on top?
Matte finish.
Matte finish?
Yeah.
Okay, so matte finish, Natural or more fuller coverage?
Natural.
Natural. So this one, this translucent powder is perfect for a matte
Then
finish.
you just want to use another one.
Now is best to use a big fluffy brush. So,
Like that?
yes, that's perfect because the other one's a bit wet now, and this one covers more surface area of the face.
Oh, too much.
That's okay. Maybe you can. What I like to do is tap it. Sorry, tap a little bit, and then yeah. He's trying to select the right
I
foundation.
forgot which one you said was for combination.
Oh, the Nashi glow is really good for combination, so this one. Yeah. Oh, great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll use the same one.
I'm so proud of you all. You're doing so well.
Powder. I want to let the curl release.
A natural.
Natural.
Yes, so this one will be perfect for you.
Okay. So that's a fluffy one. This one.
Yes, yes. There's sponges here as well, Ellie and Susan, if you like to use.
And you wet them already?
Yes.
With water?
I pre-prepared them.
Yeah.
But yes, wetting them will be better on the application for the face. How are you going there, Stephanie?
That's good.
Yes.
Enjoy it.
I like what you've done. It looks really good.
Thank you.
What about me?
Yes, perfect, Trin. Perfect.
Thank you. So this.
Do you have any questions or anything so far?
One quite clear. You explained very clear for me.
Okay, thank you, Stephanie. So after, maybe I'll give 1 more minute for Eileen and Suzanne before we go to 2 more minutes. And then we'll just recap on today. I'll debrief you and then it's time for lunchtime, I reckon. Yeah.
Okay.
Doing very well. Stephanie's skin looks so smooth.
She's lucky.
Yeah.
I'm getting
Very
old.
nice.
Almost.
Mhm. Both using the right technique with the sponges, so well done.
I think it's all.
And also the ear.
Oh, yes.
Oh, great! You're sharing what you've learned. Well done, Trin. You can take over my job now.
How do you hear the ear?
Pardon?
Just rolling it onto your ear.
Yeah.
Like that. Ah, okay.
Along the actual ear. Just especially if you have your hair up, so it all looks like one colour. Yeah. Powder. So like fun is that? Yeah.
So you did. Okay.
Which one is suitable for Eileen?
And then there's combination skin. So I'd probably use the
Yes,
transparent
yes.
powder.
Big powder.
Remember to tap it off. So you don't have
What
too much.
happens if
You're in
you're
a
a
lid.
bit, like it's not even here, like it's a bit flaky?
Bit
Like
flaky.
this. How would you do? Would you just leave it or?
In that case, I would probably not put too much powder there because
Okay.
flakiness indicates dryness.
Yeah.
So I would just probably leave that area free of powder
Okay.
and just where you need it. And I would probably just do minimal powder
Yeah.
in other areas.
Okay.
Yeah.
If not even, we can use in sponge to help.
I try.
This one is very good to put it in.
Yeah.
Yeah, very nice. I like this one.
Yeah, it's really.
Feel of it.
Yeah, you can just get it from Priceline, the Real
Yeah,
Techniques
from
one.
Priceline.
Yes.
Which one's for combinations?
Ah.
Yeah. Or was it
What
like-
did you call technique sponge?
Real Techniques.
Root technique.
Yes.
The big bottle.
Big fluffy.
And remember to tap it on to the lid, the excess product.
Oh.
Otherwise, we'll end up with a powdered face.
Yeah, you should.
Ah. Oh, come on. Let's see. Do I need any more? Do I do it again?
I feel like for your skin type, as you just mentioned before, you get a little bit dry, then that would be enough.
Okay.
Great, I'm so proud of you all. You're all looking like you have nice bases on. Thank you. So, after the application, so I want to go now is just debriefing on today. So just recapping. So today we went over skincare, primer and foundation. So just hoping that following this, you know how to select and apply the right skincare, primer and foundation for daily or going out as well. So following this, the next session will be based on cheeks. So building upon our base, we'll do contouring, highlighting and blush. So that will have the base down pat. And then if I can get everyone to fill out the feedback form as well before they leave today. I wanted to ask if anyone has any questions from today's session. Question? So what I'm going to do now is give everyone 1 minute to write down one thing. Oh, sorry, I think I might be... So I want to give time for everyone to write down, for 1 minute, to write down one thing that they will do, they've learned from this session in their makeup routine when they go home. So on the piece of paper in front of you, and then we can share that with the group. So one thing that you've write down on the piece of paper, just the note paper. Yeah. So this one over here, write down one thing that you've learnt that you'll apply in terms of skincare, primer or foundation. And then we can share this with the group. It can be something small like I will now use primer on a daily basis, or now I'll use transparent powder because I find that more beneficial for my skin, or I'm going to use softener instead of toner, something like that. So is everyone ready now to share their one learning from today? Yes. So I'll start from this side of the room this time. Trin, what was your learning from today?
I didn't know before. Today I understand more, like you're just teaching.
Yes.
I'm so happy with that.
Okay, great. Thank you, Trin. Stephanie?
Right now I learned that I have to use the primer after moisturizing.
Yes.
Yeah, I usually didn't use that one, and now I find it helps a lot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. I'm so happy to hear. Great. Suzanne?
I'll be using softener and soft toner because usually I find toner dries out my skin a lot.
Yes.
So I didn't know there was like a thing called softener.
Oh,
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Thank you, Suzanne.
Yeah.
Eileen?
For me, using two different primers on the different parts of my face.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't think of doing that. Yeah.
Okay.
Like how you said, a hydrating one on the cheeks and then like a combination one in the T-zone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I might try that next time.
Oh, great. Oh, amazing. I'm really glad that you've all gotten something out of today's session. Thank you so much for all your participation, and I think you've done an amazing job on your base. And I look forward to the next session with all of you. So thank you.